First of all, I'd like to say how truly humbled I am to be recognized by Talk About Parenting with Shirlee Smith and with this Humanitarian Award. Having never practiced dependency law before I got to the Hill, I was somewhat anxious when I first arrived at Children's Court back in August of 2007. But I love my job and I love the people that I serve. It's been so rewarding to help create and maintain safe and secure homes for our most vulnerable population, and that is our kids. It is truly a village, and I know that it takes a village to raise the children that are in foster care. I have to say that I'm always heartbroken when I hear stories about such as yours, because I take it personally when my kids are mistreated, the foster placement is not appropriate, or I hear stories about it, because we are really committed, myself and my colleagues at Children's Court, to making sure that our children are safe, that they're cared for, that they know somebody cares about them, that they're loved, and that somebody helps to inspire them to have a dream. And so we work that way. And in fact, it's also a pleasure to me to serve as a role model and a mentor to my kids, because so many of them don't see anybody that ever looks like them that has the job that I do. And so it's important that I talk to them. I had a little girl, she wanted to dance. And so I told her that she should look at Lula Washington's dance school on Coliseum in Crenshaw, and her eyes got all big. And I said, "You don't think I know where Coliseum in Crenshaw is?" She looked at me and shook my head. I said, "I know where Coliseum is. And I'm here, and I still know where it is." So I want the kids that I see and that I serve to know that their goals go beyond Crenshaw, beyond where they started out. And I was one of, we don't talk about politics, but the lesson when our current president became president is I came to work, I said school, and said to them, "You see where you can go. All you have to dream is dream big." And my attorneys in my courtroom will tell you that when I talk to the children in 5th grade about college, their eyes get big, and I say, well, if you're in 5th grade, middle school is just around the corner. And if middle school is just around the corner, high school is just around the corner. And I keep going, and they look at me like, is she serious? But the idea is, because for most of these kids, I will see them every 6 months until they age out of foster care. So we start talking about education early, because I'm really committed that they can dream whatever they want to dream, and we're here, and the system is here to make that happen. One of the reasons I think I'm being honored is because of the groundbreaking work that the Incarcerated Parents Working Group has been doing. The White House just conveyed a symposium on this subject, but we here in Los Angeles County have been working on this subject for over 4 years. And so I would like the members, current and former members of the committee, to please stand, because I didn't do this on my own. So if you, go ahead, all of you. It's amazing to me. I was a deputy public defender before I became a judge. And so my relationships with the Department of Corrections were not always positive or glowing. So I am surprised, and I tell everybody that when we started this committee, Deborah Herndon was representing the Department of Corrections, and she was immediately engaged. And I have to tell you, from the start of that, warden, the current warden and the former warden of CIW are there every month. Sometimes members from the department come from Sacramento to see what's going on, and we've done a field trip to prison for the judges in Children's Court so that they can see where the parents are and where the service providers are for our programs. Our concern is that children of incarcerated parents reunify with their parents less often than other children, that their parents who are incarcerated, their parental rights are terminated more often than other parents, because they don't have access to services such as Ms. Smith's programs. And so we're looking at what barriers we can work on and that we can break down, and what services we need to put in place. Senator Liu has left, but she has been very active in working on trying to get us video conferencing so that we don't have to bring the parents out from CIW, but they can become engaged, because what I find is if we don't bring them to the table, then we don't know what they're thinking, and they feel that they have no opinion, they have no value, and they just opt out of the system. So my goal is to engage them early on, to get them active, to get them inspired about doing what they need, being involved in parenting, so that I can send these children back home. Or if not back home, I can let their parents make an appropriate plan for them, and I can step out. That's really my goal. I also need to acknowledge, it's been acknowledged, but my supervising judge, Marguerite Henry, is here. And since, please stand. And since I started at Children's Court, she has really taken me under the wing and inspired me and supported my work. I should also tell you that as a result of the work we've been doing with the incarcerated parents, I've taught, presented, and we've put together programming for social workers, for judicial officers, for attorneys, and not only across California, but we have spoken across the country talking about services for incarcerated parents and what the Department of Children and Family Services responsibilities are to those parents given the law, the current law in California and other places. She was really instrumental in allowing us to create this committee, and I think that she was also instrumental in giving me the opportunity as a new judge to take on this project. I have to say that all I've learned about parenting, and I still work on it every day because I have a 16-year-old, and she couldn't be here because she has cotillion practice today, and giving back to my community is because of my mom, Marguerite Williams. We were talking about those little cliches that don't necessarily, that you remember about the apple falling from the tree. Well, I can assure you that I'm an apple who did not fall very far from my tree. So in closing, because it's really hard to follow such inspiring words from Ms. Clinton and from Warden Hughes, that I'm going to close by saying that I am going to diligently work to be worthy of this award, and to continue doing all that I can do to make the kids that I see a short period in placement, and to help them get on the way to become successful people and citizens. And so I want to thank you so very much, and thank you, Ms. Smith, for acknowledging my work and my efforts. Thank you very much.
I am so proud that I can't calm myself down to speak on this mic. But my daughter is just unbelievably gifted with the spirit of loving people and doing things in the community, and I just love her for that.